Previously On's my favorite thing ever. Hi, I'm Amanda Tapping.
And I'm Martin Wood.
I'm Damian Kindler.
You got all three of us podcasting.
We're watching. We're just gonna watch it.
We're gonna sit here and watch Cali 3, the first show of season.
We're snacking.
3.
Let's just tee it up. Got the snack on.
Okay, I got a cup of tea.
Got the pop going, and we're just gonna watch this in sanctuary. Floating boobs.
I have the gluten-free gum.
Yeah. Floating boobs. We're here with Anthony.
He's going to record it for us.
Audio sound mixing engineer.
Yeah, and personal savior.
Wow.
So we're not even going to talk about the Previously On because Amanda hates them so much.
I hate Previously On so much because I think that it's insulting to all of you
So
who watch the show.
I know why. You are a champion of confusion.
Yes, I love
and,
chaos.
No, wait a sec. No. This Previously On makes sense because it's been how many months since everybody's seen the show?
This is the only Previously On I will sanction.
But I believe you also are kind of like a Scottish schoolmarm. You're like, if you haven't been watching the show, you deserve to be lost.
That's right.
Yeah, and she believes in anarchy.
You.
So
I believe in anarchy and chaos. That's how I function.
This shot was supposed to have been taken out. That shot with her getting out of the pool, 3 times we got notes saying you have to take it out for legal reasons. We did, but somehow it kept appearing.
The note came once, not twice, but thrice. And thrice we ignored it.
We didn't ignore it. We did exactly what we were supposed to do.
I'm gay. Oh, is that what I'm supposed to do?
No.
When the network's about to fire you?
You know
this is what Martin just said before. He said, listen, if you say something on the podcast that feels like the network might fire you, just come out of the closet.
That is not what he said.
That is what he said.
Oh, Damian.
Okay, now we have to talk
This is why we have so many problems making this show, because somebody says something and then you take it completely.
I can't even hear you. I'm eating chips.
Somebody says something not once, not twice, but thrice. And you...
This is great.
This is why we have so many problems making this show.
I don't know where that came from.
Wow, that was a really good Amanda Trapping impersonation.
Because you're not watching, you're not paying attention, and you're always late.
It's perfect. If I close my eyes, it's stereo tapping.
Wait, hold on a second. I can do a more accurate one. Give me a second. Just putting on giant talon. Sound chalkboard.
Okay, let's talk about this for a second. This is stage 3. In behind these doors is where our camera equipment and grip equipment hangs out.
It's a tiny space.
We just, the production people, the production designer put up metal cladding, which isn't even metal, it's wood with caulking. That's okay to say, because it's the stuff the rubber stuff that goes down the seams. And this shot was the only way I could think about showing this.
Try to show the side of a ship and wait for it.
And that. And that's how we start season 3.
You know,
now
a spot of trouble.
Yeah, that was a shot that took 3 months to do. Believe it or not. Here's our backlot. Once again, for those of you that have been following the podcasts and DVD commentaries, this is our parking lot in beside our studio. You are looking at the entire length of it.
We do this. It's impossible.
Well, they built Mumbai again.
Fantastic.
It was gone. They cleaned it up. It was gone. It was a parking lot again. Then we went, we need to have Mumbai again. So they rebuilt it again.
And I said I have to drive down it. So we drove down it 4 times to get just two little scenes.
Little.
And
some of the best lying down acting Robin's ever done.
In fact, it's the easiest stuff for me to work with him.
The blocking is so simple.
A, he's motivated. B, he understands what he's supposed to be doing. C, he never says a word.
D, he's actually asleep.
Yeah. L, he doesn't have to act.
L.
Wow, you just jumped.
Well, because all the other ones...
LVII. Yeah. He's also wearing a codpiece.
Okay, I love this shot. This is the parking lot on the other side, right beside catering. If you actually looked at the tip of the helicopter, the back tail, you'd find our catering truck.
Can I just...
This whole thing is green screen except for the helicopter and that girl.
Wait, can I just stop you for a second?
What?
Hold on. You're ruining the magic.
I don't ruin it.
You are. You're kind of like...
Have you ever read the forums? They love when you tell them how you do stuff.
It's like being at a picnic and then some guy running in and pulling the puppets off people's bare hands. And going, see? See the hands? Kids, it's not real!
So
exactly. I'm like, man.
So you're a writer. Why do you get to talk?
Huh?
See, same thing. It's that you're tearing the veil back. We're just pulling back that fourth wall. You, a writer, get to talk.
Huh?
Right now.
It's like you're saying things like, chickens with gills and beach balls. And it's
Exactly
like,
my point.
Random cow.
Random cow.
Exactly my point.
Yeah, exactly.
See, here's the thing. Remember
These iPod commentaries are supposed to shed light on our show, not confuse people. I, mistress of anarchy and chaos, am finding this too much.
What? What do you mean? Finding what too much?
This randomness.
Anarchy and chaos.
Actually,
Okay, now
No, it's all right.
Damien is taking his clothes off now because he does this whenever he's upset. He takes his clothes off.
it's fine. I get hot. It's just when I'm upset.
Okay, look, the veil is back. We
Okay.
can tell people how we do these kind of things.
Okay, so we're not really on a boat on the ocean.
No, we're in a state.
He doesn't really have a messed up gill face.
Well, he does.
Let's just ruin everything. That's not real. That guy, not real. That guy, not an actor. Those gloves, made of rubber. You know? That's Amanda tapping.
Yeah, that really is me, and I really do know how to fly a
Yeah,
helicopter.
that's a
In
helicopter.
order to make
Yeah.
the helicopter blades move, there's a guy standing at the back turning the back rotor. That's how you
Yeah,
get those
one of our
blades to move.
special effects guys is... Oh, maybe it was Scott, our props.
No,
Sunset props.
no, it was
Well,
actually.
no,
that
really. You
was
want
the,
to destroy it? She's not really flying. Ha
Yes,
ha.
I am. That's the only part of this that's real. I
That is
really
the only
am
part
flying
that's
the
real.
helicopter.
That headset doesn't work, neither does that one.
Mhm.
There's no one to talk to.
Whoa.
Visual
And
effect.
I threw up
No,
doing
but-
that shot
yeah.
because it was pretty...
Look at the back of the GPS. It says Magnus on it.
Because it's...
That
Yeah.
jacket doesn't fit him properly. Like, we could just ruin the whole show if you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Fine, man. Fake wind, fake wind.
That's how you show fake wind on the helicopter, though. You put that little
No such
little
thing
piece
as
of
fake
yarn in there.
wind. You make wind.
It's real
and
wind.
it's real.
You break or make.
Don't
It's-
talk
it's
to me about
one-
making wind. I helped write this. Actually, I didn't. I just avoided it. I literally went to... Let's talk about that. I went to Alan McCullough and went, welcome back to the show. He's like, it's great to be here. I'm like, you're writing the season opener.
Yeah.
What?
See you later!
See you later.
I'm digging out of that hole you dug us into last year.
I painted us into the most atrocious corner. Get us out!
It is one of the meanest things I've ever done as a showrunner, which is to say, you write the impossible Chinese finger puzzle episode, and I'll just write the one where we start again.
Yeah.
And then there's still a post-it note on his inbox saying, it says Alan McCullough, and then I wrote Crater, Cali, the series. It's that.
Now, what happens here is that new music. Now,
Andrew Lockington is so cool.
for those of you in the rest of the world, other than the United States, you get to hear the 30-second version of this, which is outstanding.
You ever,
This is the 30
you know what?
second
You know what? One of my
This
favorite
is that
things
we're looking
about
at
this
right now.
episode, but my favorite thing about this is
But-
the guitar playing.
You know
Oh,
what?
come on.
The
We have to
guitar
talk about
playing
this.
almost ruined it for me. To be honest, pulled me right out
I
of the
throw up
music.
a little bit in my throat every time I hear it.
Really?
Damian Kindler played guitar on our opening sequence.
That is my vanity project.
Yeah.
And I played drums and Amanda sang.
Hey,
But in the United States of America, on Syfy, you get the 10-second version, which we tried at all costs to avoid because we love the 30-second opener so much. But
But you guys will leave if you watch the 30-second opener.
Oh,
they might.
quick, come
They
out of the
will.
closet.
Quick.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm actually a network head.
Oh!
Now here's the thing. A lot of people, or not a lot of people, but a significant vocal minority, 3 of you, have complained about the new theme, and I'd like to address
Who
that.
complained about it?
There's some people on
I
Twitter.
want numbers.
All right, I'll get them for you. But there are people who have complained about the theme. Now the old theme was fantastic, but there was a very deliberate.
Joel Goldsmith.
Yeah, but there was a very deliberate reason, which is that the music has elevated in pace and depth and kind of energy from seasons 2 into seasons 2 and 3. And we found we would go from the teeth. Why are you reaching into your bum like that?
I'm not reaching into my bum. My pants were falling down.
Right.
I
Whoa.
didn't want Martin to see the back of my undies.
If
But
again,
we found that when we went from the
only
tees.
this microphone.
Oh,
has
you know what?
eyes.
What's the point?
Go ahead.
You know what,
keep
kids?
talking.
There's
No,
just
talk
hands
about
under
the
those puppets.
Talk about the music.
Bare hands. When the tease music would end, it would go into Joel's theme, which was a kind of a bit more
Orchestral.
Well, it was more orchestral, but it was a little bit more lower energy and pace.
Mhm.
And we found the energy dipped, and we felt it would sort of do a dip during the title sequence and come back. So we felt we needed something that matched the rest of the show's music, and so we asked Andrew to compose a new theme.
And Amanda Tapping dances
Every time
she
I
hears
hear
the
it.
music,
Every time.
including the 10-second theme. You cannot stop her. She could be in the middle of a scene and someone will play the theme. I don't
And
know
I
why
will
they'd
dance.
be doing that, but she dances.
And
That's true.
I'll qualify that I did not ask to play on the theme. Andrew insisted. I tried to get out of it, and he showed up here with recording equipment. I said, I can't come to Toronto and do it. Yeah.
Nobody is going to believe that. All right, guys, I just have to tell you this.
So Damien
Damien's
plays
nose
music on the
just grew
theme.
6
My
inches. I don't know what that
daughter
means.
is
Whoa,
in the
you
opening
better come out of the
credits.
closet right now, because that is an anti-Semitic comment right there. Meditapping would not pick me up this morning. In my car
That is
repair,
not true.
because
My phone died. My phone
You
died.
didn't want me in your car.
That is not true. My phone died.
I
Damien?
Went from my daughter's school all the way home, rushed home, phoned Martin and said, "Oh my God," because I phoned your number and it didn't work. Phoned Martin and said, "I can't. I'm supposed to pick up Damien and my phone is dead."
That isn't true. This is what she said. She said, you lost the bet. You have to pick him up.
Listen, I think it's unfair. I think you're both prejudiced against me for a certain reason. When I'm in a moving vehicle, I just start to pass gas. Okay? It's what happens when I move.
It's true.
See, people don't care about that. We're
Okay.
the only ones that care. That's why we don't want you in our
Beautiful scene
car.
between Ryan and Paul, and you're talking about passing wind.
No.
I seem to have lost my way, haven't I?
Me not
I seem to be
halfway.
somewhat of a lost soul.
Okay, right.
These people don't care about your gastrointestinal problems.
Okay, just so everybody knows, he is sensitive to certain foods, and if you actually want to manipulate the day, you feed him those small amounts of those foods that he's sensitive to, and
Slip a bit of gluten into his coffee. Bye bye, Damien.
exactly,
And we get some peace and quiet.
and
It's
we
like-
rule the day.
Head on desk.
Yeah.
Drool line across desk.
So nothing here exists, not even a guy.
Skidoos.
No, the Sea-Doos, yeah. Anthem did a great job of making this thing. The only thing that actually exists here is that is what they're about to lean against, right there,
Here's an interesting.
and the controls and that back wall.
Well, and
Everything-
Callum and Terry.
Here's an interesting
No,
piece of
I-
trivia
I- I-
for sci-fi fans, though. Callum Blue and David Blue, no relation.
Really?
Yeah, interesting. A lot of people don't know that.
Good to know.
Okay. Callum Blue and Frank Black, brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
The singer Pink and Amanda Tapping, both women. True.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, those are. You remember what those are called, ladies and gentlemen? They're coming from sanctuaries, so they're called
Factuaries.
factuaries.
That's Robin doing something.
He was drunk.
So this was originally supposed to be a
Stay
montage.
with me, buddy. Stay with me. Stay with me until we yell cut. It's so fair because I love when he's not here to defend himself.
I know, it's so brilliant.
He has two ways of coming back to you when you burn him. One is to do the soccer yellow card,
Yeah.
and the other is to look and just point to the door and go, "Get out."
Gal. Gal.
Or he.
Or he drops his pants.
Or he drops his
Or he
pants.
drops his
Which makes everyone run screaming.
There is actually an X-rated gag reel we saw at the rap party.
Oh.
Yes, which is very funny.
Which, if you send $72,000 to Martin Wood, he will send to you.
You can't actually ask for that for real, so don't do that.
Oh, get it? REEL.
Yeah. All right, so this is one of those scenes where we decided to keep it all in the language of the people because it didn't make any sense to translate it into English, and also they're not actually saying what they.
Hey,
words
I
say.
have a question for you.
Yeah, they are.
Is
Yeah.
This is a little vexing, actually. Is Magnus really dead?
At this point,
Yeah.
unfortunately, yes.
So am I coming back for the rest of the season, or what?
Everybody that's listening to this podcast has already seen the show, so you can't trick me.
Oh.
Or them.
Nice try.
Yeah, nice try. Well,
Wow, you guys are like,
A
thank
for-
you so
A
much.
for effort.
okay.
Effort.
All right.
Amanda Tapping plays well with others.
Look at that shot.
Oh, you can't bring that up. That
Why?
is so deeply personal.
What? But I got the same
Oh.
thing. That isn't. That's not.
I told you a truth, and you just I podcast it.
What?
At least he didn't
So
say.
one of my
We
now
act
we
like
have
this?
to get
At least he
one
didn't
of my
say. At
deep
least
and
he
meaningful
didn't
truth.
say.
When I was in kindergarten, I got a report card that said, "Mandy," because that's what they called me then, plays well
I didn't
with
call
others.
you Mandy. You gave that up.
No,
Oh
they
my-
already know it.
Okay.
Plays well with others, and I have carried that with me for life. And I always want to be that little kid who plays well with others. And that wasn't truth. I told you we sat had a glass of wine, and it was
Well,
very personal. And you,
All right, I take it back. You don't play well. Your teachers fucking snowed you.
You can't say that.
Snowed?
The other words are used in there.
Teachers?
No. You have to watch your language when you're talking on a podcast.
Can't say fucking?
No, you get fired.
So can't fire me.
So
According to Martin Wood logic.
all you have to do now is.
Anthony,
all right, so,
can you get the
here's
tranquilizer
the
gun,
thing.
please?
Amanda, I'm not sure why he didn't.
We
bring
used
up
a
the thing.
5mm lens and dart in neck.
Why he didn't bring up the fact that the latest report card that you got says that when you exercise, you're not supposed to exercise with anything too complicated. So I was just
Amanda tapping has no sense of balance.
no, it's not that. It's just that nothing too complicated is what it said.
Inability
They have removed that from my file.
cannot
at the
find
gym.
nose on own face.
Richard put that in there, I swear to God, and I hate him for it.
No, nothing. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not supposed to do any complicated. I thought you were making a joke, but
No, it's true.
At the gym that we go to, we have trainers, and apparently somebody put in my file that they not to give me anything too complicated.
But you dyed your hair brunette.
And then now I can do complicated things.
You wear the
It's
smart
amazing.
glasses.
I know.
Watch this show.
God. Oh,
My mother was here when we
killing
shot
me.
this.
Yeah, she was. I just wanted to mention that. Damian's mother was here when we shot this.
This is an incredible shot.
This was a desperation move. What we tried to do was, the shot that was written was see all this devastation and destruction in Mumbai and find Kate in the middle of it. You can't. I think it's just so much animation, it's unbelievable. So what we did is we just did it from the top down, so you don't have to show everything, but this sort of says
This
destruction.
is-
While Martin was doing this
Phenomenal.
amazing Technocrate shot, my mother was staring at my parking space going, I can't believe you have your own parking spot.
That's awesome.
There isn't another Damian Kindler, is there? No, Mom, it's mine. I can park there.
This parking spot belongs to a man who has the same name as you have.
What are the odds?
And that woman who plays Kate is very beautiful. When do we eat? Oh,
So-
look what you did to the Eames chair. Yeah, knocked it over.
This is Amanda tapping, full on, punch out, and we only had to do it like twice. She fought through this thing twice, and the stunt guy that's beside her actually got hit by himself.
Yeah, he hit himself.
Yeah, with his gun when he raised his hand up like that.
Yeah. Crunk.
Amanda was being careful, and he actually hit his own face.
Such a great line.
I love it. This is not a social call. This is a gun. I know he's not a social call. It's a gun.
Blimey, Magnus, I expected more from you.
Oh, my idiot. This is, what is this? This is a replica.
It's not actually. This is a real one.
This is a
Because
It's a real
close-up.
gun.
in close-ups, we don't use the replicas.
No, we use real gun.
Yeah,
And,
after
and the unfortunate thing is, see how long Amanda's arm has to be up there? It's a real gun.
It's a
and
real
it's
heavy
very
gun.
heavy.
Yeah. But that in itself is not a complex exercise. It's just hold this up.
But it weighs about 71 pounds. So.
But that's fine. She can do that.
I can do that as long as you don't ask me to do anything
If
else
you had
while
to,
I'm
if you had to
doing
raise
it.
one foot,
Rub your
While
tummy.
doing that?
Oh.
raise
I
it.
can do complicated
Now here it comes down.
exercises.
If you're going to have to reach out,
I'm
Only-
learning how to box. And
only
that's
when you're
complicated.
playing-
so
Well,
if
with
you're
other
holding it
people.
up and then you have to look at something in someone's hand, the gun comes out.
You mock my pain.
Yes. Just so you know that I wasn't being mean-spirited, the reason I brought it up is that I don't play well with others.
Oh.
Yes. So why don't you both go F yourself?
Mine was plays with himself a lot.
Whoa.
But in a kindergarten way, not in a bad
Damian
way.
plays well with others private.
Martin plays well with himself.
This turned into like a...
And Mandy plays well with others.
This turned into a Peter Gabriel song. I don't understand. I'm standing here with hair gel on with a tablet. How you doing?
See, I'm not even going to talk about the show because you guys just want to talk about,
We were just talking about the show with Robert and his hair gel. He looks
Yeah.
lovely.
Uh-oh.
This woman.
I like her.
Belinda.
Belinda? Belinda's awesome.
Belinda is, and she's got this incredible, calm, gentle, beautiful spirit about her. She shows up on set and everyone is instantly zen. I think I said that at the last podcast at the end of
She
the
works
season.
constantly.
She works all the time in the city. She does theater and film and television. She's an amazing lady
I love her.
and so sweet.
I told her when she first came in the show at the end of last season, I said, if you get any problems with Martin, just kick him in the balls.
And this
And
that
she-
beautiful
and
face.
it
I
only
did, and she looked at me,
happened-
she said, I know.
It only happened three times.
I will.
She only had to do it 3 times because I was being really, really sensitive to the fact that she was a Zen woman.
She is phenomenal.
That's a genuine smile. That's a genuine smile. That's not.
What?
Wow, just pulling the finger puppet.
Yeah, sorry for pulling the puppets off your hands.
I think Callum did a great job in this show.
He did. As did Terry.
Terry Chen.
In the
Chen.
face
Terry
of great
Chen's good.
adversity.
Carl. Who's it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Charles.
Charles. Carl.
Charles. He just did that on his own.
And then,
too.
of course, Shaker, whom I love.
Yeah.
I mean, forget about our regular cast; they're awesome. But we have an amazing
Forget
cast.
about it.
Forget about the regular cast; they're
The
awesome.
people I
Moving
like
on.
in the scene are me, Agam,
No.
Shaker, and that is all.
So,
but we
this
have
is the
great
very
guest
first day
cast.
you were there. This is the very first day for Amanda on set.
Mhm.
We had been shooting we shot for a day before she got there.
Where was I?
All of us were warmed up.
Where
She
were you?
was somewhere.
Was I in England or
You had to
something?
be somewhere, yeah.
You were in England.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you flew back and you landed and you came into the studio
that is correct.
and we shot this scene. Now what's interesting is this scene is being shot at the same time. We shoot these scenes at the same time so that we can have live conversation,
Yes, it's called the live feed.
live feed.
Martin is the most excited about the live feed of anything.
He gets more excited about live feeds than
Well,
anyone
but
because
everybody should
he
be
can
excited.
show the people. See, I'm really live there, and she's showing me on a monitor, and I'm in another room, and well,
But you know why? The reason I'm so excited, and everybody should be as excited as I am, because guess what? When actors get to talk to each other, they act better than having Terry Murray, our script supervisor, read the lines. So if you
that's
didn't
not a
have
slight against the wonderful and talented Terry Murray.
No, it
right?
is.
It's just
I
the way you
like
said
to
it.
I like to slag her all the time because I love
See,
her.
there
but
it is
I
in the
love her
background.
for-
That's the
See,
thing.
that's
when
the
it's,
thing.
When it's playing double live, we did this in the one I directed at your insistence.
Mhm. And it works great because they actually get to talk to each other. It's a logistical nightmare for sound and for camera, but quite frankly,
Well,
it makes for better.
do you remember when I
performance.
ran upstairs? You'd never seen me move that fast.
That's right.
Because I was trying to run up between stage
Damien
Two-
doesn't trust the invention of the walkie-talkie.
walkie-talkie.
And so he doesn't believe that his voice is actually transmitted over
I
the
didn't
walkie-talkie.
trust the Marconi set we had with us, and thus I sent a pigeon. And when the pigeon died, I ran.
I love this scene. This is still one of my favorite scenes from last season.
Really?
Last season, this scene. And yeah, but I've described it to Damien like.
How is
800
season 4
times.
going, Martin?
Yeah.
Are we good? Are we doing well?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys won't believe how we start season 4.
Puppets.
They get ripped off.
They're
Yeah.
green.
Uh,
Oh,
Liars.
Is there anything really to say about this?
Have you
scene?
guys ever
It speaks
heard?
for itself.
Have you heard this George and the Universe? This audio book. George finds the universe, or George understands the universe. It's this book about that for kids. But I was making lunch for Phoebe, and suddenly she was listening to this audiobook, and suddenly there was one of the most clear and understandable definitions of a black hole I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it went on for a while, and she's like, well, a black hole is when gravity is so big that essentially when a star goes supernova collapses, and everything is pulled out and even light can't escape. And I'm like, eat your sandwich. How dare you? But it's a whole thing about...
Finish your apple juice, kid, and get out of here.
This is Damien's roundabout way of threatening the world right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I shall make the sun supernova if you do not watch and send us chips.
Stop the waves.
Clean up that office. My God.
It's been hit by a tidal wave.
I'm on a ship that's been hit by a tidal wave, Damien. I'm not doing so good.
And she crashed her
I crashed
helicopter.
my helicopter. I'm a little discombobulated at the moment.
And her iPhone stopped working.
It's because you were trying to... because you were trying to fly a
It was
helicopter.
too complicated.
You were trying to fly the helicopter and pick your nose.
I'm trying to fly the helicopter and be in a huff against Wexford.
See, we just
There's
have to
my huff.
differentiate.
I'm leaving in it.
We're just differentiating between.
H-O-U-G-H.
We're just differentiating between Amanda Tapping and Helen Magnus, because Helen Magnus is probably the most coordinated woman in the world.
Yes. Tapping, not so much.
Nadia Comaneci.
Okay, but now...
Why do you always go to
No.
Nadia Comaneci? Every time there's a reference about any woman, it's always Nadia Comaneci. What is it with you and her?
he has
Eastern
a thing
Bloc
for her.
women.
Yeah.
Eastern Black woman. Oh, kills. Winner of the Giller Prize.
So, to get that spit to hit him in the eye, I took the syringe away from the special effects guys and did it myself. Just because I actually wanted to hit him in the eye, and they were being too careful.
I was there and you went like this. Squirt. Action.
They were being too careful. So, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So the ball. So you will notice in this scene that...
You could not get that out the door.
No,
Again with
I
the
could
I'm not
not.
saying anything.
Take a step and throw it. Take a step.
I have done trick pool shots where Martin has bet me hundreds
I've lost
of dollars.
lots of money to
Yeah,
him.
he's lost with doing like very complicated things on
They
my
were
dad.
really, and playing well with the other
I
people
don't
at the
do
table.
yes, and I don't.
You're
do
doing this.
no, but it was like sinking balls in
I
a
know, but
certain
you
order.
physically had to do this. If you had to do this,
Damien is mimicking.
stamp a football, making a pool shot.
So I have to toss this thing out the window, and out it goes.
It's done in the cut.
It is done in a cut because Martin had to throw it out.
You're not like Ron Shelton, who believes that there should never be a trick. You should have the actors actually do all the sports.
No, I normally do, but
She does.
this
I know.
I
You and Robin
You know
do
what
all
it
your
was?
own stunts.
It was after flying for 12 hours, getting 1.6 hours sleep, and then coming into work.
yeah.
Um,
No, man, to throw this rubbery ball out the window.
and the set was very quiet.
Oh, and it was wooden slats on the,
Yeah.
and I had to get it through the slats. That was the complicated part, you see. It wasn't just throwing a ball out a window. I had to get it between the slats.
Yeah, it's Quidditch.
It was Quidditch for the not-so-gifted.
You were trying to catch the golden stick.
Yeah. I wasn't, I was a Hufflepuff.
See, I wasn't even going to make that. I wasn't going to make that reference. I wasn't going to say anything about it. But if you actually see the blooper reel, you get to see her do it like 8 times.
And then you get to see me say nasty words.
Well, at least 40 times.
Isn't one take is like wall, Callum's head?
Yeah.
Hit Callum in the head.
Because Callum was laughing.
Callum was laughing at me, so
So he hit him.
I couldn't get the ball through the window, but I could aim it at Callum's
Got
head,
him right in the eye.
and I nailed him. I was like, if only I had that aim for the window. It's very funny. Clever.
Go play back.
Amanda's first 2 days were in this 3-wall set that we had here.
With
In
lots
this
of
corner.
words.
Yeah, in this corner.
I had
And it was
lots of words
like
when
10
I came back
pages
off
of,
that plane.
of lines. So imagine this. This is one of these things that's really funny for me and for Damian, but not for Amanda. when we talk about how big our days are, we talk about page count, because a script is usually 55 pages long.
Nice use of cheddar cheese slices.
I know,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
well done.
They actually conduct better than anything in the world.
Don't
So-
try it at home, kids.
Yeah. So
Who wants grilled
uh,
cheese?
in a movie set, you usually do 1 page a day. On a TV set, a lot of times you're doing 5, 4, 5 pages.
7.
But seven on a heavy day. But actors, because it's an ensemble cast, usually don't have to do all of them themselves. On days like this first day with Amanda, we did 10, almost 11 pages, and it was all Amanda talking.
And I hated you for it.
Yeah, she actually hasn't forgiven me yet today for it.
This is beautiful. Can we just talk about this for a second?
Yes.
This is on our green screen set, our stage 1. It's all green. And
Gone
this,
to the land of cereal commercials.
yeah.
And we needed a place for him to land when he died. And the reason we did it was because Damien is gluten free.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
could never stand in a
He
wheat field like this.
When
so-
I've been a bad boy my whole life, and then I'm going to go here when I die to the
Yeah,
land of
to a
blue.
wheat field
yeah.
where you can't touch anything.
Look at all the proteins that I can't digest efficiently. Why? Surely there must be a field of quinoa around here somewhere. No, not in this realm.
We had two options: a field of wheat or a field of muffins.
Field of
But the muffins didn't blow as well as
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Sure.
So what's funny is if you ever watch this on green screen, it's very funny to look at because A, they're never in the same place. They're never in the same. Those two never saw each other. In fact, on that set, we shot them on different days. The idea of coming to a chasm and all this kind of stuff, because we do green screen, we can do these kind of things.
Whoa.
But
Holy, how does she?
she actually is levitating. That's the weird part about this.
That's why we cast her, right?
Yeah, we did.
The ability to walk in midair
Mm-hmm.
and drive standard.
And
Stage-
she can
and
horseback
horseback
ride.
ride.
Horseback riding, stage fighting, accents.
Scuba diving.
Accents.
Yes. Personal floating.
PFD.
What? What? I'm talking about what are on actors' resumes, okay? Actors all have these things on their resumes.
Buoyancy. Why are you both laughing?
I don't know.
Okay.
If you're caught in the water, if your boat
So-
springs a leak,
Robin spent
Ditch
3
at
hours
sea.
suspended in midair on
And then we
by
went for
2
lunch
points.
and left him there.
We did. Yeah.
It was fun. The entire crew was in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys.
And the thing is, you're suspended from the waist, and it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it pushes on your bladder.
Yeah.
it's worth saying that at the end of every single day, for 3 years now, at the end of every day when Robin raps, he always stands in the middle of the floor and he says, "Thanks for the great day, everybody. Good night."
And then he says, "My feet hurt."
And then then he leaves.
think-
And after the end, as soon as he leaves the stage, there's always that, "Yay!" cheer from the crew.
Yeah.
Every year.
And then we start the party. The Robin's Gone party.
Man.
Okay.
I
this is
do that
interesting.
every day too, by the way, Davey.
Well, I'm sure he got it from somewhere, Classy. It's not like him to do that.
Here's another one of those things where
Thank you, random crew members. I salute your efforts. People,
you and you today are my picks.
Hey, nameless grip and or
Electric.
electric.
Thank you for your effort today.
For your effort today.
Cheerio.
You have certainly earned all of your paycheck this working section of the day. Anyway,
I shall do my duty and sign them for you.
I'm contractually bound to say good work. Someone said that to us. We can't say who. We were at a social gathering somewhere we shall not name, and a certain person said, I'm sort of duty bound to say hello, how are you? Now I'm turning away and walking away from you. You know, and then he did.
Wow.
Was it the person who created Family Guy?
No, but that's a great story.
Oh.
That's a great story.
Yeah, I can't tell that story on a podcast.
Why?
You get fired.
Wait a minute. Someone's gonna phone me, aren't they?
You know they edit these
Someone's
things, right?
gonna call me and go,
You know the
"Say,
Syfy
Damian,
listens to
thanks
these
for
and they edit
screwing
them.
up the podcast and making it unusable."
What
I'll
are
go,
all those
maybe he'll
blank
stop
spots?
asking us to do it, and we can do our own.
So-
our own, like, run-and-gun guerrilla-style iPod commentaries.
Why do you turn into Jack Black whenever you talk about
Because I got a lot of rocket sauce, man. You can, my favorite part of that, okay, everyone go get the Rush documentary.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
Beyond
really
the Lighted
is good.
Stage, Rush. And the best way he says that, if you were to time, this is my Jack Logan phrase, if you were to time Neil Peart's solos to the atom, you know, he's that good.
Yeah, this is where Damian has to answer the question on the internet about why there's so many blank holes in our podcasts.
Yeah.
So just so you know, anytime you hear a black hole and it's not edited really tightly, it's because Damian was swearing or saying something.
Damien.
Or singing non-copyrighted songs like "Living in the limelight, the universal stream."
We can't do that again. You know that it actually got edited out in the last one.
It did?
It did.
When we sang Journey,
Yeah,
did not.
it did. Part
We
of
sing
it
so
did.
what of tune it can't. It was
Part of
recognizable.
it did.
Let's
am
start a
flattered.
band.
Go get your guitar.
Yeah, exactly. Why?
Wow.
Do you have a television theme that needs recording? Bum 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 ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum bum. What is
Well,
it?
watch out, Mike
Come on,
Post.
you know what that is. I just did Magnum PI for you. I did. Bum 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 ba da-da-dum, da-da-dum.
Copyright.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I just said,
Mike Post is already writing you a letter.
Yeah.
but not Pete Carpenter.
No,
They broke up.
no. And truthfully, Damian's predilection leans more toward Captain and Snail.
It's true,
It
isn't
is.
I knew a person
It
with
is.
2 cats named Captain and Neil.
Oh, come on.
That's just...
The fact that you knew the words to Muskrat Love and
Oh, yeah.
launched into it so
Yeah.
quickly last week was a little freaky. I have to
Punch.
be
You don't punch into to Muskrat Love.
And the fact that you could style your hair like
Give me a
like
beat.
Captain.
Muskrat Sally.
Was it Muskrat Sam?
Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just throw the backbeat in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the remix version with the Black Eyed Peas singing Muskrat Love. Like, why? Okay. Why? Why is it bad to know songs by America? It helps you with one of the most important trivia questions in rock and roll. Next to the first one is, what is Elvis Costello's real name? Declan McManus. And the other one is, who sings "Horse with No Name"? Not Neil Young. It's America.
Oh, it is American.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can win at Rock Trivia and get all sorts of attention from the
Now, did you actually take? Did you actually
Wow.
take Will Zimmerman's
Thanks,
name
Damien.
from Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Really?
There's an open window. Those snipers had me lined up for the moment I admitted to that for 13 years. They
Yeah.
raised that off. Oh, look, there's a TV show on.
So,
Hey,
with,
I'm in
with
it.
these kind of scenes, by the way, there's a guy with a giant fan pointing it right at Amanda's head.
Yeah.
Because she's got the only hair that actually blows around. See, his hair doesn't blow very much.
But I also have this terrible thing where my eyes water, like,
And
ridiculously.
Yes.
And you know that guy goes home to his buddies and says, I blew a man to tapping today.
Oh, see, why do you do that? So
Is
Amanda's
that cricket
having-
or
just
British
so
or
you
British
know,
telephone
when
ring?
she gets blown like this, she has to go back into an audio room later on and re-record everything because otherwise all you'd hear is fan noise.
We love you.
rock, oh my God.
Okay, so around Amanda's tapping, all you ever get is fan noise.
Well, yeah, that's because they have it pre-recorded and playing wherever I walk.
She has a backlight on a stand that follows her around and
and a
fan
fan
noise.
in front of me and fan noise.
Mhm.
We love you.
That's enough questions for Miss Tapping. Why are you calling yourself Miss Tapping?
I've had quite enough. I will retire to my suite.
Mr. Kindler is very tired. You're Mr. Kindler.
If you ever see us walking down the street, the three of us, by the way, we do this for each other so that everybody knows who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Out of the way, squid. We're walking here.
do you know who Amanda Tapping is? I mean, do you know who she is, Amanda Tapping?
I just pretend I'm a cop all the time. That's how I get respect on the street.
Yeah, and you
It's not
look like
illegal or
one
anything.
too.
Do I?
Mm.
I could.
You so look undercover.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
do. You
Like,
actually do.
You
look
look
like
deep,
I-
deep undercover. Like you haven't been up for about like
There's been times when I've been
6
doing
years.
some really illegal things like smuggling orcas or or like running guns.
eating my California
You know,
condor sandwich.
Yeah.
in your baby sealskin shoes.
Like,
yeah.
What's the line? Like, possibly handsome master of all evil. Yeah. And people have thought I was,
Truthfully, he's a criminal minor mind.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the Minder master. They thought that, they're kind of like, you're not,
From
a
around here.
cop. I'm like, I'm not.
No,
But
do the
I
laugh
kn-
you always do. Do the laugh when somebody catches you out. Do the laugh you always do. We hear that
Me?
a lot around here.
What I need to go, no, I'm not a cop, but I know guys that play one on TV.
But I've written parts for them on TV.
Yes.
Oh God, like that thing with Olivia.
Oh my! Olivia, Amanda's daughter said something. One of the funniest
Okay.
things I've ever heard a
I'm just gonna
5-year-old
put it out
say.
there. This is the funniest thing. So we're fixing. She has these paper fairies, right? We've cut out and we put them in a little mason jar. And I guess there was a bit of water in the bottom of the mason jar. So she pulls the fairy and says, "Mommy, you have to fix the fairy." Mommy. So I go and I get the tape and we're trying to fix the fairy's leg. And she says, "Can you do it?" I said, yes. She goes, "Mom, We're not nurses and we're not doctors. I'm a kid and you're an actor. I go to school, you go to work. And I said, wait, yeah, but you know, I played a doctor on TV once. And my 5-year-old daughter says, oh, brother, we're doomed. The fairy is as good as dead. And walks away. Isn't that the best?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that happened, what, yesterday?
We're
No,
Day
Saturday.
before, yeah.
I played one on TV.
Yeah. Oh, brother, we're doomed. The fairy's as good as dead. Shakes her head and walks away.
If you knew your daughter, you'd know how funny how the delivery really is with it, too. Because it's so deadpan the way
She
she
is
talks.
totally deadpan. Oh, man.
Telling that story while you're blowing up a ship from a rubber dinghy on the ocean.
I know.
What did you
it's
say?
Brilliant.
Dinghy.
It's a giggle word. There's another one. We had another giggle word in another podcast. I can't remember what it was.
Panties. That's always a good giggle word.
Esophagus.
You've
What? Daddy!
well, we don't know that yet.
Oh, sorry. I blew it.
Way to go.
Hope
Anybody
you
that
watched
hasn't
the
seen
show
Firewall.
before you listen to the
Yeah.
podcast.
Anybody that hasn't seen Firewall doesn't know that's Greggy. But by the way, in all of that
He
except
didn't
for
say what I think he said. I'm like watching it like this. Okay, so now when
How
you
does
Luke
that make
Skywalker,
cause-
that guy who just broke that guy's neck turns out to be Luke's dad. Oh, that's it. Ben Kenobi. He's going to save him. He dies at the end.
What?
it's true. No, I was actually telling my son the other day. I said when we were watching Padme and Anakin, I said, "Wow, that's Leia and
You let your
Luke's-
kids watch the new
Leia
the
and
pre-
Luke's-
the prequels?
Well, yeah, but there's lots of explanation about why it doesn't work.
No, come on,
You
Martin.
can't.
I do, but we've already seen the other ones.
Siri got scared watching Toy Story 3 at my house on Saturday.
Yes.
What scene?
Yes.
The,
Oh, there's
the
a couple
monkey.
of-
That
Watching-
monkey is
that monkey
creepy.
is freaky.
I didn't like the monkey.
Yeah.
I was hiding behind Phoebe's giant hair at that point.
Yeah.
I was like,
Liv and Siri were both behind me.
Mhm.
Crazy.
see you later, little boat.
So we
Bye.
put that little boat in there because otherwise it looked like a gentle swell until this point right here. And it stops looking swellish.
This is what happens when you eat gluten, people. Somebody ate gluten in Pakistan, and you know what? Bang! Just oh, you're gone. It's over.
This may be our only podcast because we may lose Amanda for the rest of the dates then.
Who ate the Dempsters?
Oh, it's not recording. I'll have to go again.
Oh.
Well, at least our jobs are safe.
It is recording.
Oh,
There's a round light.
that round red light?
Yeah.
That says it's recording.
It says it's great. It actually flashes green whenever Damien goes that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Yellow card.
You know there are
Oh,
other
thanks,
there are
Martin.
other Jews with power in the entertainment industry, Martin.
name 11.
Um,
Yeah, see?
me? Well, Paul Newman.
So this
Oh,
scene
this is
was
it.
completely different than what
It
it
was
was.
completely
And Amanda Tapping wrote this one line. That one. It was not originally Elvis.
Yeah, you called me down to set and you went, "Hey, the joke that Alan wrote isn't funny." And I was like, "I know, because you know."
And then I said,
I-
can I
I
say
think-
Elvis and make a little
No,
thing about Elvis?
I said, "I know because I wrote that joke."
Yeah.
So,
And I said, okay, so the joke you wrote isn't funny. Can I use Elvis?
"What was it before?
that
What was
what
the
happened?
original? What was the original?"
It was somebody like Benazir Bhutto. It
Shut
funny.
up, it was
wasn't
not.
funny. It was a name that wasn't even
Yeah, there's
funny.
nothing funny than assassinated Pakistani leaders. Ho 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 for 500 points.
That's my best, dear, wonderful friend, Cynthia. God bless her. And her favorite saying is, all you need is love. And it's true. That is all you need.
It
So
is
we
true.
dedicated the first show to Sweet Sea.
It's a good episode, guys.
It was. Do you know which one it was?
This one?
Callie.
Yeah.
Three.
Callie what?
3.
Yeah, see, exactly. You weren't even watching. Okay, thanks very much for watching.
We did more than one Cali.